Imagine this. The year is 1922. The place Egypt's Valley of the Kings. For years, archaeologist Howard Carter, backed by the wealthy Lord Carnarvon, has been searching for a lost pharaoh's tomb. Time, money, and patience are all running out. Just when all hope seems lost, a worker's foot strikes something solid. A buried step. They've found it. The tomb of the boy king. For weeks, they carefully cleared the rubble-filled staircase, descending deeper into the earth until they reached a sealed doorway. The air was thick with anticipation. Carter made a small hole in the top corner of the door, lit a candle, and peered inside. The hot air escaping from the tomb made the flame flicker. Behind him, an impatient Lord Carnarvon asked, "Can you see anything?" Carter, utterly speechless for a moment, finally replied with the no-famous words, "Yes, wonderful things." But what he saw was a treasure trove untouched for over 3,000 years. Gilded chariots, golden couches shaped like mythical beasts, intricate statues, and chests filled with priceless artifacts. It was the greatest archaeological discovery of all time. But as they ventured further, past the antechamber and into the burial chamber itself, they unknowingly might have awakened something else. A legend, a curse, a dark shadow that would hang over everyone involved. The inscription supposedly found near the tomb's entrance warned, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king." Was this just an ancient superstition or a genuine threat? The world celebrated their discovery, but the joy was short-lived. Just a few months after the tomb was opened, in April 1923, Lord Carnarvon, the man who funded the entire expedition, was dead. It started with a simple mosquito bite on his cheek. While shaving, he accidentally cut the bite, which then became severely infected. A high fever set in, followed by pneumonia. He died in his Cairo hotel room. At the very moment of his death, a massive power outage plunged the entire city of Cairo into darkness. Miles away, back at his estate in England, Carnarvon's beloved dog, Susie, let out a sudden howl and died. Coincidence? Perhaps, but the story of the pharaoh's curse had just begun. The press went wild. Was this the curse at work? The public was captivated. Soon other strange and untimely deaths connected to the tomb started making headlines. George J. Gould, a wealthy American financier who visited the tomb, fell ill with a fever a few hours later and died that same night. Radiologist Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, who X-rayed Tutankhamun's mummy, died from a mysterious illness a year later. A.C. Mace, a member of Carter's excavation team, complained of fatigue and died of arsenic poisoning. Prince Ali Komel Fahmy Bey of Egypt was shot by his wife after visiting the tomb. Hugh Evelyn White, one of the first archaeologists to enter the tomb, took his own life, leaving a note that supposedly read, "I have succumbed to a curse which forces me to disappear." Even seemingly trivial events were woven into the legend. Howard Carter had a pet canary, a little bird that had supposedly brought him luck in finding the tomb. The day the tomb was opened, Carter's servant returned home to find the canary had been eaten by a cobra. A cobra, the symbol of the pharaohs, a creature that protected royalty in ancient Egypt. It felt like a direct warning, an omen that things were about to go terribly wrong. By the end of the decade, newspapers had linked more than a dozen deaths to the curse of King Tut. The stories became more and more sensational, painting a picture of an ancient, vengeful spirit reaching out from the grave. The myth became so powerful that it overshadowed the incredible historical and scientific significance of the discovery itself. The mummy's curse entered popular culture, spawning countless books, movies, and TV shows. It became a global phenomenon, a tale of ancient magic and modern hubris. But what's the real story behind the curse? Is there a rational explanation for this string of misfortunes? For decades, scientists and skeptics have tried to debunk the legend. One popular theory points to science. Ancient tombs, sealed for millennia, could harbor dangerous, dormant molds, fungi, or bacteria. When the tomb was opened, these microscopic organisms could have been released into the air. Anyone with a weakened immune system, like Lord Carnarvon, who had been in a serious car accident years prior, might have been particularly vulnerable. The mosquito bite infection could have simply overwhelmed his already compromised health. Another scientific explanation involves the possibility of toxins. The ancient Egyptians were masters of preservation and used various natural substances and chemicals in their burial rituals. Some of these, like formaldehyde or hydrogen sulfide, could have been trapped within the tomb and released upon opening, causing respiratory issues or other health problems for those who inhaled them. It's a plausible theory, though hard to prove so many years later. Then there's the power of suggestion. Once the idea of a curse was planted by the media, any unfortunate event that happened to someone connected with the tomb was immediately attributed to it. Psychologists call this confirmation bias. We tend to notice and remember information that confirms our existing beliefs. People got sick, had accidents, and died from natural causes, as people do. But because of their connection to Tutankhamun, their deaths were seen as part of a sinister pattern. In reality, a study conducted years later showed that the people who entered the tomb had an average lifespan that was no different from other people of their era who didn't go near it. And what about Howard Carter, the man at the very center of it all? The one who first breached the tomb's sacred seal. If there was a curse, surely he would be its primary target. Yet Carter lived for another 17 years after the discovery. He died in 1939 at the age of 64 from lymphoma, a form of cancer, a natural death at a reasonable age for the time. He always dismissed the curse as tommyrot and superstition, frustrated that the sensational stories overshadowed the real archaeological work. So, the Curse of Tutankhamun is a fascinating blend of historical events, media frenzy, and human psychology. While scientific explanations offer logical reasons for the tragedies, they can't completely erase the eerie coincidences that fueled the legend. The power outage in Cairo, the death of the dog, the cobra eating the canary, these are the details that make the story so compelling and timeless. They appeal to our love for mystery and the idea that there are forces in the world beyond our understanding. Today, the treasures of Tutankhamun are viewed by millions in museums, their beauty and history no longer overshadowed by fear. Yet, the story of the curse endures. It serves as a powerful reminder of the moment when the modern world collided with the ancient and the line between science and superstition blurred. It's a tale that captures our imagination, a perfect mystery with just enough evidence to make you wonder, was it all just a coincidence? Or was there truly a curse protecting the boy king in his eternal sleep? What do you think? Let me know your theories down in the comments. Was it mold, media hype, or ancient magic? Thanks for joining me on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more historical mysteries. See you next time.